Hello and welcome to another video. Today, I'm going to be giving my review on the Viper version 3 Pro, and I know I am pretty late to this review because I've had this mouse for about 2 months now. However, it's better late than never. And also, I'm mainly going to be just repeating what I said in my first impressions video anyway, because again, I've only had this mouse for like 2 months, so not a whole lot has really changed. One thing that has changed, unfortunately, is the scroll jumping issues, which was honestly one of the main reasons why I switched off of the Death Adder version 3 Pro to begin with, which was my previous main, besides the shape, because I just wasn't super comfortable with the shape. But another reason was the scroll jumping, and unfortunately, even after only having this mouse for again like 2 months, it has had some rare instances where it has randomly actuated the scroll wheel in game. And I'm not sure if this is because I got a very, very early batch. Like, I'm talking super early. Like, the Walmart page where this was posted on, where I got it, wasn't even supposed to be up yet. And they took it down like immediately after I got it. But by the time I got it, they couldn't like cancel the order or anything. So I just got the mouse earlier than a lot of other people. So it could be for that reason, but it very well could be because Razer's encoders suck, because they are very well known to have this like scroll wheel jump issue, unfortunately. So yeah, I'm more leaning towards, again, just bad encoder from Razer, where dust kind of gets in the encoder and you have to like blow it out. So I'm thinking that's the main reason for why this is happening. But again, I just want to point that out. And yeah. But besides that, scroll wheel issues aside, which again is probably just due to dust getting in the encoder anyway, Razer, you really need to fucking focus on having some sort of dust-proof mechanism for your encoders. Like, please, for the love of God. But again, besides that, the scroll wheel itself feels better than the Death Adder version 3 in terms of like tactility, I would say, but is a little bit more inconsistent on my copy than my Death Adder version 3 Pro. You might be able to hear there is like some sort of like notching issue, like on some instances where again it will just like it kind of feels like the notch gets stuck for a tiny bit. And again, it's not that big of a deal. It isn't as bad as my Viper version 2 copy, where that was way more noticeable. However, again, it is still slightly noticeable. But in game, honestly, I don't really notice it that much. But you know, when I'm like just scrolling around like regularly, I'm like just casually browsing and stuff, it is kind of noticeable. But again, not like a deal breaker or anything, just something I've noticed on my copy. And again, it very well probably is because I got a very early copy. Another thing that is a little bit worse than the Death Adder version 3 is like the side buttons. They feel decent enough, but not all that great. I would say again, my Death Adder version 3 just has better feeling side buttons in general. And also the back side button has that like kind of click feedback, whatever, that I kind of notice sometimes when I'm like just rebounding off of the backside button. So yeah, again, I know these are nitpicks, but again, this is just stuff that I kind of sometimes notice in game even. But again, not deal breakers or anything. This is still a very, very good mouse. One thing I vastly prefer over the Death Adder version 3 Pro still definitely is the shape. It just feels a lot better for me. I don't have that issue where it feels like this part of my like thumb, like my lower thumb, is kind of like digging into the mouse and it feels like shit. I don't have that issue at all. This feels like right at home for me. With an ergo mouse, it feels much bulkier and bigger to my hands. That's probably why it just felt like, again, the left side of my hand was like kind of just digging into the mouse. So again, this just feels right at home to me. It feels a lot better. And yeah, again, I just vastly prefer this shape. I honestly would say this is probably like top 3 shapes I've ever tried on any mouse. It is very, very good for me, and for my hand size, and especially for even just claw grip, even like relaxed claw, this feels great. So again, I love the shape. I also still really like the clicks. They still feel nice. I would say, again, my Death Adder version 3 Pro feels a tad bit better. And I know you might say, oh, what you're saying, the Death Adder version 3 Pro just feels a lot better, so why not just stay with that? Again, shape is king. I still need to repeat this. shape is the most important thing in any gaming mouse, at least in my opinion. And again, this is just a vastly superior shape, even though, again, in general, like the components, at least on my copy, again, because it's probably very early, because it's probably very early, probably they just feel worse because it is a very early copy. Just feel a little bit worse in general than my Viper version 3 Pro, or than my Death Adder version 3 Pro. I still just prefer this mouse over the Death Adder version 3 Pro because, again, the shape is just that much better in my opinion. Another thing, battery life. I feel like this has a little bit longer battery life than the Death Adder version 3 Pro, at least from my experience using it. It lasts a very long time. Don't have to charge it that much, and it does charge like pretty fast, like I would say. So yeah, I also like the battery life on this mouse, really, really good. I will also say the coding is a lot better because my Death Adder copy, the one that I got, those were the ones where it didn't have a smooth touch coating, like just the standard, like chalky coating. And unfortunately, I got the white one. And you could probably notice this in a lot of my videos where I had the mouse like just sitting here on my desk, but it was like really prone to dirt. Like you could easily see it, and it's still like super easy to see like all the grime and dirt and all the fucking nasty shit that just gets on the mouse. That's just what I hate about that type of coating, and the white color. It just does not go well together, and again, it just looks bad. So that's one thing I vastly prefer as well with the Viper version 3 Pro. The coating, I would say, is a lot better with this like smooth touch finish, and again, because it's the black colorway, not no like, again, grime gets like shown as easily. So yeah, or I mean grime and like dirt doesn't get shown as easily on the mouse in general. So again, that's basically it. I don't have all else to say. The performance is also great. No like stuttering issues at all, nothing like that. Razer top tier performance. And I actually do like the polling rate switcher. That is like a really, really good feature that I really, really like, where it will automatically switch your polling rate in game. So yeah, that's really cool. I don't really use it honestly because I just prefer to have more battery life, but it is still nice to have if I do like, want the option to have a higher polling rate, which I honestly don't most of the time. Most of the time, if I do switch polling rates, I switch it to 2000 and that's it. Because anything more than that, you will have like very big, like it will have a very, very big battery impact. So yeah, that's basically it. I don't have a whole lot else to say. Again, I think I went over everything. Oh, besides the skates, I guess. Yeah, skates feel good. Pretty good stock skates. Glide well on control pads. No problems with like scratchiness or anything. Way better than the G Pro X Superlight 2 skates. I cannot stress enough how much those skates suck. Like they are really, really bad. Especially in comparison with these, because again, these are really, really good. So again, very, very good mouse. And again, most of the issues and the nitpicks that I have is most definitely, honestly, because I got a very, very early copy that wasn't even supposed to be on the site that I got it from when I got it, because it was so early. I think it was just they accidentally posted it a few days earlier than they were supposed to. And so a lot of people took advantage of that, including me, and just got the mouse when it was available for that short period of time before it actually released. So yeah, that's basically it. I will see you guys later. Goodbye.